press conference today about the launch of the Hollaback site here in Providence. If you're not familiar with Hollaback, it is an anti-street harassment national or international organization that does work to end street harassment. And they launched local sites in various cities. So today we have somebody who is the site leader of the Providence chapter here to talk to us a little bit more about what this project entails. First, we're going to show you a public service announcement from the national organization, and then we'll bring up our speaker and our moderator. Also, if you didn't get lollipops or a pizza strip or something to drink, there's a lot of things in the back there.
And over my shoulder, I hear,
and I wondered, what did I do to deserve this? I was dropping my kids off at school.
And I felt him. Was it something I was wearing?
I was walking my dog, and then I felt him.
Why is it always me? Why does this always happen to me?
and then I remembered I'm not alone.
I remembered I don't have to walk on anymore.
I remembered I could holla back.
I remembered I can holla back.
Then I remembered I could totally holla back.
Street harassment is okay, then groping is okay.
And if groping is okay, then beating is okay.
If beating's okay, then rape is okay.
And violence against women simply isn't okay.
We're ending violence against women one holla back at a time.
Join the movement by hollering back and donating at ihollaback.org.
So our moderator today is Kiana. Kiana's going to moderate questions, and I'd like to bring up our speaker, Emily Williams, who is the site leader of Hollaback Providence. And
Hi guys, thanks for having me.
Okay, so we're going to start with press member number 1, Jessica.
Okay, what's the history of the Hollaback organization?
So Hollaback's an organization started in New York City with a group of about 7 people, embedded women, who came together and just talked about their experience with street harassment and feeling unsafe on the streets. They felt camaraderie and kind of, a togetherness talking about this and knowing that they weren't alone. So they started this organization to end street harassment by just sharing your experience and finding people who are going through the same thing, and then eventually creating awareness and then doing it all together.
Thank you. Press member number 2, Lauren.
what does Hollaback aim to achieve?
Hollaback aims to achieve creating public safe spaces in whatever city you're in, and naturally nationwide and globally as well.
Thank you. Press member number 3, Jasmine.
What exactly is street harassment?
Street harassment, I like to say that is definitely up to the person experiencing it, but for the main part, street harassment is a form of intimidation used to make people feel unsafe, as well as threatened. It is unproportionately towards women and the LGBTQ community, but it affects everyone.
Press member number 4, Jack.
So where is the line drawn between giving a stranger a compliment and harassing them?
Kind of like I just said, it definitely is up to the person. To some person, saying a hello on the street might make them uncomfortable. For the others, that might be okay, but it is definitely just up to the person. Yeah.
Press member number 5, Caroline.
Sorry, I can't really see. Catholic Dodge. Why bring Hollaback to Providence now, and what was the catalyst for starting a local chapter?
My answer to that question is why not sooner? I think that a lot of people in this room can agree that street harassment is especially a problem in Providence, with the large amount of college students walking around and being active. It just is necessary, unfortunately, but I think that it was just a kind of how Hollaback started as an organization as a whole in Providence. It was just a group of people getting together and talking about their experience and wanting to do something about it.
Press number 6, Sarah.
Who are the people behind Hollaback Providence?
The people behind Hollaback Providence are myself as well as Kayla, and 2 others, Afton and Poe. Afton is a student at Johnson West as well. Poe is also a college student, but and those are the main site leaders. But as a group, we have a group of community members from all areas of Providence.
Brogan?
What was the process like to launch a chapter of Hollaback in Providence?
The process was filling out an application through the Hollaback website, kind of explaining what we planned to do in Providence and why we thought it was important and kind of who we are to start this organization. And it was approved along with about 20 other sites this year. We just got approved in January, so we're pretty new to Providence. But yeah, it was just kind of the process of asking Hollaback National Organization to kind of acknowledge us as a site.
Cassie?
Who is affected by street harassment in Providence, and what impact does street harassment have on the
I think that everyone can be affected by street harassment, but like I said before, it is definitely disproportionately towards women and LGBT community members. So that's kind of our focus, but we definitely acknowledge all forms of street harassment towards anyone. And it creates a hostile environment. You don't want to go outside, you don't want to you don't want to go to the park, you don't want to use these resources that communities have to offer. And we want to boost those up. We want to have people walking around being able to be safe outside.
Hannah?
How can people affected by street harassment share their experiences and find support?
So through Hollaback, we have an app that you guys can download on your phone, just Hollaback. It's basically a place where you can share your experience. If you've experienced Hollaback, you can put it on a map exactly where it happened, write a story. In some cases, you can take a picture and send that in as well. And you can see other people's stories on there and see where the most street harassment happens in your area. You can see where it happens nationwide and see that you're really not alone. It is happening, unfortunately, and then we can do something about it.
Jenna?
Is it really safe to encourage women to holler back to their harassment?
We kind of like to use the green dot approach. I don't know if any of you guys have been green dot trained, but it's not a matter of doing everything in order to stop something, but just doing whatever you feel safe doing. If telling someone, I don't appreciate what you're saying to me, to their face, if that makes you feel better and makes you feel comfortable, then definitely we encourage you to do that. But use your common sense depending on the situation, which is also why we have the app and the blog that you can go on to share your experience as a way to kind of holler back, not directly to the person that's harassing them.
Molly?
Isn't street harassment the price you pay when you choose to live in an urban area?
My response to that is that you can expect that it's going to happen, but you don't need to accept it, and that's kind of Hollaback's idea as well. Just because, unfortunately, that is kind of seeming to be the world that we live in, we don't want to accept it anymore. We want to do something about it, and we are.